at an intersection in Atlanta, Georgia. A crossing signal gives pedestrians the right of way as a motorist waits to turn left, but then prematurely steps on the gas. The vehicle takes the turn too early and much too tightly, and plows directly into the unsuspecting woman. The woman is clearly disoriented as the driver checks on her welfare and escorts her to the side of the road. Then, surprisingly, he leaves the scene, leaving a good Samaritan to call 911. The woman is taken to a nearby medical center. She sustains no major injuries, but claims she continues to suffer from mental stress due to the incident. To the date of this broadcast, the hit-and-run driver has not been identified, but the perils of the left-hand turn for pedestrians certainly have been. Dogs seem to love cars for a number of reasons. The fresh air,
Frank!
the companionship, and the unending sense of adventure.
He loves it.
But that sense of adventure can sometimes go too far. It's rush hour near Golden, Colorado. A man is driving eastbound on I-70 when his dash cam captures a large dog sticking its head out of an SUV's window. Seconds later, a small white dog does the same. Then, it does the unthinkable. The dog leaps from the window and rolls several times before ending up directly in front of the driver's car. He appears hurt and is on the edge of the high-speed lane when...
Oh my God!
Safe again in the arms of his owner. But the witness, understandably shaken up, calls his wife moments later.
The guy in the left lane just in front of me, his little dog fell right out of the car, right in front of me. These little dogs, they stick their head out the window and then pretty soon they fall out. Man, I'm keeping our dogs' windows rolled up.
Good advice for dog owners everywhere.
Oh my God.
According to the National Safety Council, the second highest cause of preventable injury-related death in the United States is a motor vehicle accident. The first highest cause is dying from a drug overdose. And one evening on a Tennessee highway, Sarah Swain suspects she is suddenly faced with both of these terrifying statistics, as she and a friend spot an erratic driver.
They're literally riding into lanes.
And for Sarah, there's something about the way this particular vehicle is moving that sets off specific alarm bells.
It was about 6 o'clock in the evening, so I was like, that's not somebody drunk driving. And watching further, it wasn't a texting and driving because it was so ongoing and so consistent. So I knew something was wrong.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! You got that right?
Yeah.
After the close call, they follow the vehicle as it exits the highway. And when the car suddenly stops in the middle of the off-ramp,
No. Leave him there.
though there's no way to be sure, Sarah believes the driver may be under the influence of something.
So we need to call him.
I'm just gonna call him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I do have addicts in my family, so the overdose situation was not completely new to me, but while being on the road, that was a bit overwhelming.
Sarah calls 911 as she walks to the stopped vehicle.
Sarah, you need to be careful.
By the time I approached the vehicle, he was already unconscious behind the wheel with the car still on. Initially, I think I was a little bit more angered and annoyed. As a single mother at the time, all I could think about was if my kids were in the car and we were on the way home from school or daycare or whatever. I couldn't imagine.
Is there kids in the car? Is there kids in the car?
There is a large bag in the car. I noticed a very large bag of powdered substance and a prescription pill bottle.
Early 20s. It was like a gray
Hyundai
it's a
Accord.
Honda.
Accord.
With the driver still seemingly unconscious, Sarah stays on the line with 911, hoping it's not too late.
He's passed out 3 times now, sir. I'm scared that he's gonna die. Can you please get an ambulance here?
Suddenly, the driver regains consciousness.
Hey. Okay, he's breathing. Yeah. He's out of it. I mean, he's breathing, but he is out of it. Like, he's not even registering what's going on right now. Like, he needs help.
I was a tech at the hospital downtown Nashville for a little bit, about 6 months. So I did go through some training and knew a little bit about that.
If he doesn't get Narcan, he's gonna...
It's in his hand. Is it Narcan? No.
No, he is not. Do you have Narcan in your car?
Thanks to her training, Sarah knows that some drug users keep the opiate blocker Narcan on hand in the event of an overdose.
Do you have Narcan in your glove compartment? Yeah.
I think that I had a miraculous mixture of everything to handle what I was thrown into that day.
Check the center console. But be careful for weapons, needles.
The search yields nothing, but fortunately,
They're right here.
emergency services arrive moments later.
After the police finally arrived and medics started helping him, I completely broke down. It's a lot to see someone in that state, whether it's a stranger or someone that you know.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
According to Sarah, the driver is taken to the hospital for treatment and ends up facing no charges.
It looks like they're passed out.
And while her actions may have saved his life,
There is a large bag.
Sarah remains humble about what she did that day.
I don't think it's heroic at all. I think it's common human decency. He's still a human and deserves compassion. If I can stop and help in any way, why wouldn't I?
I mean, he's breathing, but he is out of it. Like, he's not even registering what's going on right now.
In London, 2 men on a moped spot a motorcycle parked between 2 trucks. 20 minutes later, the pair returns with what appears to be bolt cutters. But cutting through the bike's lock system is proving to be a challenge. Moments later, a passing motorist stumbles upon the scene. But the curious driver quickly dashes back into his car when one of the bikers pulls out what appears to be a hammer. And after a hit to his side view mirror, the motorist wisely drives away. And having been caught in the act, the alleged bike thieves decide to take off too. But not soon enough. The driver from earlier puts it in reverse, scaring off one of the men and knocking his accomplice off his moped. The 2 men then flee the scene on foot, leaving their ride behind. It's unclear if they ever get it back, but they do receive a valuable life lesson, free of charge. Be grateful for the ride you have, because the one you want to take will cost you way too much. In Texas, a man is driving his pickup home from work when a gray sports car enters the road. And while trying to get in the man's lane, allegedly sideswipes his truck. But rather than stopping, the driver of the sports car continues on their way. So the man in the pickup stays on their tail. He manages to pull alongside the vehicle, presumably in an attempt to get them to pull over. But it does no good. The chase continues for several miles, right into what seems to be the alleged hit-and-run driver's neighborhood, and eventually right to their driveway.
All right, gonna need your all's insurance information.
For what? For what?
For nailing my truck?
What we did that? That been on your truck. You ran into us. Yeah.
You want to bet? You want? Of course I followed you home. You didn't pull over.
For what?
For hitting my
For
truck.
what? You sideswiped us.
Although both parties agree to disagree, the video evidence settles the score. And, according to the driver, the insurance company eventually finds the young woman at fault for the incident. Hopefully, a lesson learned. When involved in an accident, regardless of who's at fault, better to pull over than pull away.
You didn't pull over.
For what?
For hitting my
For what?
truck.
You sideswiped us.
It's the middle of the day in Rowland Heights, California. A dash cam records as a woman travels on a two-lane road behind another car that is driving a little erratically. But eventually, it seems to get back in line. That is, until a little further down the road, when the driver of the car in front suddenly does something truly bizarre. She exits the vehicle, sending it rolling directly into oncoming traffic. The driverless vehicle hits an SUV that then careens into a second car and then a third off camera, causing a multi-vehicle accident and forcing several others to swerve out of the way, finally coming to rest on the far sidewalk. Turns out, the car was stolen. The woman who abandoned the vehicle is later tracked down and arrested. She's charged with auto theft, driving under the influence of drugs, and hit and run with a runaway car. No word to date on the final outcome of the case. In a supermarket parking lot in Sacramento, California, two groups of people are having it out. The woman on the left believes the man in the white t-shirt has stolen her phone, and she's upset at him and at anyone who's with him.
She want to get some?
Oh, she's breaking the bottle.
And each shattered piece of the bottle she's breaking is being used as a weapon. But now the other team strikes back, and their weapon of choice is much, much bigger than a bottle. The woman escapes injury, but as she tries to get back into the safety of her own car, whoever is in the driver's seat takes matters into their own hands. Now, this parking lot street fight over an allegedly stolen phone
Hey, you better not hit my car.
has turned into a full-fledged parking lot road rage attack. The woman whose phone was allegedly stolen now watches helplessly. As her friend relentlessly pursues the driver who rammed her.
hit our car. Oh my God, they're gonna hit our car. Don't move our car. Oh, they're gonna hit the other person.
The dangerous chase ends abruptly when the beige car drives into a sign. And the now almost bumperless blue car takes off. By the time police arrive, everyone has fled the scene. Road Wars has real life, jaw-dropping moments captured by real drivers, proving that anything can happen on the road.